Folks, folks. Nobody understand the weird issue that people is bumping up against to now is nobody took into account what's gonna happen if this don't work. Nobody took into account what happens after this. See, when you doing, I used to be in project management. And when you doing a project for a company and you rolling out something new, a lot of thought doesn't just go into, okay, this is the product we're gonna launch. This is what we're gonna do. We also have to think about what effects it's gonna have on other parts of the company. Is it gonna create new mail that's gonna go to people? Which in turn, if the new mail goes out to people, then there's gonna be more phone calls into the facility. If more phone calls come into the facility, are we staffed correctly? Because of what we're changing, we're going to have more of these particular accounts that escalate. Are we staffed there? If it escalates, do we have processes in place to take care of this from beginning to end? See, a wise and a smart company, they look at all of that. They're like, yeah, we're going to make this change, but how's that going to affect our senior citizens? How's that going to affect the young people? How's that going to affect? And if it does affect them in that way, what are we going to do about it? What's the voicing? What's the talking points? What's the bullet points? But immature people, and when you're in an immature place, you lack foresight. I just keep on hearing like the military. I don't know why I got so many military analogies going through my head these days. We had the battleship, we had the Rambo. But it's like if I'm a general, I'm setting out to attack this country or attack this piece of land or attack this area. Whoever's in charge has to think about the repercussions. What are the effects if I pull this trigger and I don't hit them? I just heard, you better make sure you hit me if you're going to pull it. That's a hood term. But you better make sure you hit me if you're going to pull it. You better make sure that whatever it do, it does what it's supposed to do. Y'all know y'all think I like talking like this, but I really don't. I just have to, if that makes sense. And I hope it gives you, it may not give you comfort to know. I don't know why they cutting grass today. It's not even lawn day. It may not give you comfort to know. But just know, they didn't think about it that far. They not methodical. See, people can be calculated and cold. They can be calculated, cold, and cunning and still not be methodical. Because calculation and cunning only allows you to come up with an idea, to come up with a plan. But you need something else for execution and fallback and blowback and fallout. And nobody ever took into consideration what's going to happen when if I run down on the collective, if I shoot my best shot, what's going to happen if it don't knock them down? Like people were so sure that you was going to be knocked down and obliterated that they never thought about what happens after this. My daughter, I don't know if I told this story before. I got 100 and something plus 130, 140 videos up here. So I've told plenty of stories, but my daughter, she have a little issue at school. And I told her, I said, man, I don't want to hear about this little girl no more that you having a problem with, unless y'all done squabbed it out. I don't want to hear nothing else about what she done did to y'all unless you coming back telling me today was the day we squabbed it out. We had our 1-2, and I don't even care about the outcome. And no, of course, you don't want to encourage your kids to fight and get in physical altercations. Of course not. But there's a reality of this world. And the lesson that I'm trying to teach when I say, y'all go ahead and squab it out and just let's see what happens, is I want my daughter to understand who can actually hurt you. See, until you get into that squab, until you feel your weight up against that person's weight, feel your strength up against that person's strength, feel your will up against their will, feel your tenacity up against their tenacity, until you get right up and squab, you don't really know. But once you do that squab out and y'all throw y'all ones, now I know exactly how strong you are. Because in this moment when we was squabbing, you was fighting for your life. And I saw the full extent of your strength. And if I live through that squab, a certain level of fear or issue with you comes all the way down. Because I just saw the worst that you can do. And that's what a lot of people going through right now is they having to realize they did their worst. Like anything worse that they try couldn't be good for nobody. Now you just being agreed. Now you just, I don't know what you being. Nobody, they didn't think about it, man. They didn't think about it collectively. They didn't think about what happens when they don't curl up and die in a small ball. What happens if they bump into some resources on the internet and some sense? They bump into some people that believe in them and believe that they're stronger. They bump into a new family. They bump into a new friend. What happened if the day you were supposed to do that, they weren't there that day? So if somebody's saying something down on you from a street perspective, I'm just using analogies, folks. It's repercussions. Now you gotta worry about your whole entire family. Like if I got an issue with a dude, or dude got issue with me, and they come try to do something to me and it don't work. Now you gotta worry about your whole family. I'm not talking about me specifically. I'm just giving Just giving an analogy. We don't condone no violence. You got to worry about your whole family at that point, because you know what you signed. You know in the street what you kind of signed up for. They not finna forget on the other side what we tried to do. They not finna forget that. They are not finna forget that. So I gotta wear that coat, and I gotta go talk to my mom. Mom, I'm sorry, but I had issue with bruh, and I tried to do this to bruh, and I don't know what bruh gonna try to do. So y'all be safe. Y'all make sure y'all don't do this. Don't go out at certain. They having a prep their whole family, and prep their friends, and prep their community on what on how they should respond if they happen to encounter you. Whoa. They having to do damage control. All right, peace, folks.